Hello, YouTube. I have dangerously placed my laptop on a thing that is used for hanging the clothes, so I hope it's not gonna fall.
Maria goes acting! Yeah!
It's the first time I'm recording this video while we still have sunlight. I've got the best light now, so no excuses. I've been feeling a bit off recently. Overwhelmed, I'd say, with work and things happening and maybe not happening as fast as I would want them to be when it comes to my acting life. I started a new course, which is a physical theater, and it just made me remember why I'm doing acting. And it made me feel like complete and in touch with my body again. It's just the best feeling and helped me shake off all the weird thoughts. So today I decided to speak to you about how to stay motivated when things don't exactly go as planned. I was hoping to film my whole journey, but only had time to film my journey to and from the airport. Last year, I was in a supporting role in a short film that was released at the Galway Film Festival, and I also wrapped a lead role in a feature film. And it all happened so fast, and it happened in 1 year since I've kind of decided to be an actress. And it made me so kind of hyped, and it made me so determined. And the first thing I did was to register on all the possible casting platforms and to pay for like MDB Pro and for subscriptions to like Backstage and Spotlight and Fishpond and a few other things, Performio and something else I don't even remember. I was applying everywhere, mailing casting directors, and I started treating the whole process not as something that made me feel alive and made me remember who I was as a child and everything I've dreamed of, but it just became a job. And the job that you don't really enjoy doing. It's just something that you are obliged to do. Um, and it just felt weird. And then that film that I was in, it was supposed to be released this year. And I was really looking forward to it because I had this perfect plan set up in my mind where I would be, okay, the film is going to be released beginning of the year. Then some agent will see me, they will come reaching out, and then I don't know, things will just start to unfold. And then I've been contacted by a few directors on social media and through mutual friends who are like, oh, we're working on this script and that script and I'd like you to be in this thing. And yeah, so in my mind, I had this perfectly laid out and planned year ahead of me where I would film a few projects. One of them was a TV show. Another one was a international film that I would film abroad. And it was all set. And I also bought tickets to Ivana Chabak masterclass in London. And then I met with my producer of the feature film, and she was like, yeah, so we're thinking to release it next year because I just want to take time to really work on it, to make sure we get into all the major festivals. Then I got an urgent appendicitis surgery. And so I couldn't attend the masterclass in London. I had to cancel it. And all the other opportunities, they just kind of, I don't know. Yeah, things became too complicated. Basically, everything I had planned out, it just didn't work, or it didn't work the way I planned it to. And so while I was recovering from surgery, and then I had, I think, COVID or something like that, I was just stuck at home. And it gave me the needed time to rest because one of the things as actors that we don't pay enough attention to is that in between of the processes of creation, you really need to take time to rest and reset, rest and digest, as they say, because it's only then that you can really find resources and your internal kind of powers to give it a new push and to get to the next leveling. While I was at this peace and quiet, it's when I started this YouTube channel. As my friend told me today, maybe the universe, it's throwing things at you to really kind of check if, is this really what you want to be doing? Do you really remember why you started it? And so the funny thing is that because my initial plan fell off, what I did is that I registered on the kind of on those movie extras websites. And I thought, okay, if I'm not getting roles in like big productions, maybe I can do something just for experience. Maybe I can be an extra. And the thing is, I never wanted to be an extra. I never wanted to be somebody who does acting every day as their, kind of obligatory job. I wanted to be an EGOT winner. I wanted to have big projects, big roles, and things that would challenge me professionally and would challenge me creatively. Last year, I met this amazing Irish actor, Clinton Liberty, and he gave me an invaluable piece of advice. He was telling me that when you are reaching out to agents um, or people in the industry, always be honest and straightforward about what you want. Because if you play it small and if you are desperate, oh, give me any role, I'm happy to be an actor, I'm happy to be whatever, this is the type of projects you will get. But if you are like willing to wait, to take time to do your research, to do your prep, to do your training, and then you're from the beginning saying that I want big projects. I want a lot of physical acting or I don't know, accent work or dancing, singing, whatever it is. Just be honest about it and ask for it and you'll get it. And, I had this advice in my mind and then I kind of forgot about it. And so I registered on this movie extras type of website. Not saying that this is not what you should do. If you want to get experience, totally go for it, especially if you have never been on set. And so I registered. I was going to go on set. I got this urgent pain and I was, no, I cannot do it. I could have maybe pushed through, but then I never felt that way before. I was, no, I need to go to an emergency room. And when I was lying there in the hospital after the surgery, I was, Maria, this is just the universe telling you that you are not supposed to be an extra. You are supposed to be a main character. And I know it may take years for me to get another lead role opportunity, but I'm happy to wait. And so I just decided to take time and to start this YouTube channel where I'm the main lead character. I staged that photo shoot that some of the things I shared last time. And I signed up to do a physical theater. This is something I've been wanting to do since a few years now. If you ever feel this way, that you have so much potential trapped somewhere in your body and then you don't really quite know how to access it. Maybe when you're dreaming and you have this dream and it feels so real and then you wake up, oh, I don't know how to fly or speak all of those languages that I just did in my dream. That's kind of how I feel about my body's potential to express things. So when I went to that class last week, that's exactly how I felt. Okay, it's now starting to slowly make sense how to access certain characters or certain emotions or certain circumstances with the help of my body. And it was eye opening and just it made me realize once again, yes, this is what I want to be doing. I know it's hard work, it's physically demanding work, but I'm just enjoying it so much. So I'm really happy to be back to training. If you're feeling at this moment that you may be stuck or that maybe things are not going the way you wanted them to go or that your life took a detour and something, just realize that this is not a life pushing you back. This is a new opportunity. This is a new way to reassess your initial dreams and your goals. Are you willing to maybe give up somewhere to settle for something smaller that you initially planned for? Or is this maybe a test for me to really think, is this my ego who wants to be an ego winner, or is it coming from my soul and my actual deep desire? This is the message that I wanted to share with you today. Also, I wanted to recommend a book. This is the book that I read. It helped me so much as a person and also as a future actress back in the day. The book is called Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a tiny little book. You can probably read it in one day. Often when I feel stuck, I make myself come back to those four agreements because they're very simple, but they really help look at things differently. Those agreements are, and not necessarily in the right order, but the first one is to not take anything personally. This is very similar to the phrase of ego is your biggest enemy. It's just such an easy kind of concept to grasp, but also such a hard one to practice in real life. Because when, say, as an actor, you're applying to all of those auditions or you're doing all of those trainings and you're reaching out to people and nothing comes your way, it's very easy to take it personally because this is you who are being rejected, or so you are telling yourself. Well, it's not. It's never about you, and you are only making it about you when you have your ego involved. So that agreement really helped me to broaden my perspective and to understand that whenever something doesn't come the way I planned it to be, it has nothing to do with me. These are the external circumstances that are outside of my control. And the only thing I can do is to keep investing my energy into the things that I enjoy, into the things that fulfill me and that bring me closer to my dreams. But I cannot really force anything to happen. The second point and the second agreement is to never make any assumptions. We project our assumptions on other people or on the situations. And in most of the cases, we would project something very pessimistic and most likely untrue. It's not helpful to take things personally and make assumptions. When we make assumptions, we stop ourselves from reaching out, from applying, from finding a new opportunity because we assume, oh, we're not good enough, or we assume, oh, they're looking for this, or maybe my whatever is not good enough. And we make all of these assumptions. In the end of the day, we just lose an opportunity. I met this girl. She's an actress as well. I was telling her, I don't know, I should probably, before, reaching out to anyone, I should probably improve my English and I should probably improve my accent. Even though my English is fine, like I've been speaking fluently since, I don't know, first grade, but it's the accent. I never took time. I never bothered to clean it up. So I was like, yeah, I don't know what to do because I live abroad now and they're probably looking for someone who's fluent and who has the accent of a native speaker. He was like, yeah, but your story, it's so unique. Your background, where you're coming from, how you look, and all of that. This is what makes you you. There's only one of you. Your identity is something so special. You should embrace it. You should never reject it. Because I had all those assumptions in my head about what the industry expects or how it should be before I can start reaching out, I was the only one in the way of myself. I was standing in the way of myself, and I was not doing anything because it's so much easier to have all these excuses and to have all these assumptions instead of just being courageous to go for it. We have negative assumptions and we have positive assumptions. This brings me to the other two agreements in the book, which is to always be impeccable with your words. This means to really be thoughtful of what you are saying to others, whether you're making promises or you're in a, say, heated conversation. Just be careful about what you're telling to the other person. The word can hurt or it can lift them up and it can reassure them, but also to be impeccable with your words and the words you're telling yourself. If after every failure or short misstep, you're telling yourself that you're not good enough, or you're telling yourself you're not good enough without even applying anywhere, this is you who are building this mindset and poisoning your self-belief, your self-esteem, and your chances of getting anywhere with your own words. Right before the surgery, I was on the verge of that poisonous thought entering my mind where it was like, but maybe it was all in your head. Maybe you were not meant to be an ego twin. Or I just really took time and paused and stopped all those minds coming into my brain. And I was like, no, from now on, I'm going to work on my mindset. I'm going to rewire my brain. I'm going to repeat positive affirmations to myself to really change the energy I am expressing and change the circumstances I'm in. And it worked. I'm telling you, every time I'm at this low point, and not to say I'm never there, I am more often than you would think. But I always take a special note and I always take it seriously to not say anything to myself that would then get stuck in my brain and that will just ruin everything for me going forward. So always be impeccable with your words and especially with the words you are telling to yourself. And the fourth agreement is to always do your best. And your best can really differ from day to day, depending on how you're feeling, where you're starting from. I will give you an example of what doing your best mean. just from today. I was on this business trip yesterday and I came home late and I was exhausted, but made a promise to myself, to my coach, that from tomorrow I'm going back to the gym for strength training. Now is the time, especially with the physical theater class. I need to be strong again. I made this promise. I booked a class, and this morning I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm not really feeling well. And I didn't know. And maybe, oh, it's Sunday. Should I just not? They say you shouldn't be checking your phone the first thing you do in the morning, but that's exactly what I did. And that helped me because I open my phone and I see a story that my friend posted. And the story says, persistent beats perfection. You just have to show up. You just have to go to the gym and just arrive on the mat, on the floor. And that's it. You have to do your best always. So today I did my best to make it easier for myself. I'm just going to get a taxi. I'm not going to walk for 30 minutes. I'm taking a taxi and there is this taxi driver. Oh, hello. How's your Sunday going? Where are you off to? I'm like, I'm going to the gym. And he goes, oh, you skinny bitch. And it just made me laugh so hard. That's the support you need. He was, you're going to go in. You're going to feel amazing. You will get your training in. You will be so ready for summer. Gave me that prep talk that all of us need sometimes.
Is it easy? No. Do I like it? No, I don't. But do I do it? Yeah, I do.
The universe just sent this taxi driver to me at the right moment to just reward me for doing my best at the moment when I need it most. That's the fourth agreement. And I just summed up the book for you, but you still have to read it. I promise you, you're going to find so many cool examples there, the language of the book. And it's just one of those books makes so much sense. It's such obvious, simple truth that we always forget as humans. Coming back to the moment of where I take this reassessment of my life and my plan and letting go of expectations, letting go of assumptions, and reminding myself to be impeccable with my words, to always do my best. It's something that helps me stay motivated. And it's getting dark now, and I didn't put any additional light because, as I said, it's not my self-tape. It's me being honest and vulnerable. And I don't know if you can notice. Boy, I look great and I'm loving it. The sun is going down, so I have to stop this video. And thank you so much for tuning in. And to make a promise to myself and to this channel, I'm going to attempt something different now. I'm going to do my first vlog because this following week is going to be very interesting in terms of travels. And I'm thinking I'm just going to do a day in the life of me. That's me tempting myself with some duty-free chocolate. But I already counted my protein. I had my breakfast, so no, I'm gonna exercise my free will. Yes, I will. I was hoping to film my whole journey, but only had time to film my journey to and from the airport. Let me know in the comments if this is something you would be interested to watch. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next week. Bring it into the light. Bye, you two.
Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. Maria goes acting. Yeah!